Buffy Summers is back, and dinosaurs are roaring into action. Today, we're diving into Hulu's Buffy reboot, starring Sarah Michelle Gellar, and previewing tomorrow's first look at Jurassic World Rebirth. Let's get started. Welcome to Movie Mornings, your daily dose of movie news with a cup of coffee. I'm your host, Matt, and today we're diving into two massive stories, and I'm just so excited for these, everybody. That is a great cup. Man alive. Did you know you can get that in the shop? I'm just joking. I mean, you can get it in the shop, but I'm joking about promoting it. Or am I? Hey, special shout out to our Patreon producer, Basilius of Stupidonia. Thank you for being our producer. Good God. That's so loud. Thank you for being our Patreon producer for the month. You are awesome. Now, let's sink our teeth into today's first story. Buffy Summers is back, everybody. Deadline is reporting that Buffy the Vampire Slayer is officially getting a reboot over at Hulu with none other than Sarah Michelle Gellar returning as Buffy Summers. That's right. Via Nellie Andreeva at Deadline, Buffy the Vampire Slayer reboot starring Sarah Michelle Gellar nears Hulu pilot order with Chloé Zhao directing. More than 2 decades after Buffy the Vampire Slayer ended its 7-season run, the beloved supernatural drama is eyeing a revival for a new chapter in the franchise. A follow-up series is nearing a pilot order from Hulu with Sarah Michelle Gellar expected to star, reprising her signature role as Buffy Summers, sources said. Oscar winner Chloé Zhao, a self-proclaimed lifelong Buffy fan, is set to direct the pilot, written by Nora and Lala Zuckerman from Poker Face fame. Speaking of vampires, you know what wouldn't suck? Hitting that like button. That's right. It's a simple way to let YouTube know that this is worth sharing, and it really helps us build this awesome community. I'm sorry. Beyond the pilot order, rumors have it that the reboot is starting a writer's room soon, a sign that Hulu and the studios have high expectations for the project going to series. It is unclear yet whether original Buffy cast members would return. That is considered likely, however. Very excited to hear that. Here's the thing. I love Buffy. Buffy has been one of my favorite shows since high school. Buffy was the first show I ever bought on DVD. So I'd been watching it on FX and then was able to get caught up just in time for season 6 on UPN, where I watched the first episode I ever watched, the musical. It was awesome. Oh my God, I love the musical episode. And, I love, of course, Xander, Willow, Spike, Oz, Tara. I mean, Giles, come on, Anya, I could just literally go on and on and on. But, I mean, it's great that Sarah Michelle Gellar's coming back. Obviously, we don't have to overload it with everybody, but, man, can you imagine if we just got, if David Boreanaz's Angel, or even get Cordelia in there, Like, I know, spoilers for Buffy and Angel, I know, but, like, it's Buffy. Somebody wrinkled their nose a certain way or sneezed, and everybody that was gone is back now. There's plenty of ways you can do it. And all of those ways would make me happy. You know what else makes me happy? The fact that Buffy creator Joss Whedon, who also wrote the 1992 movie this series was based on, has no involvement in the reboot. That's right. He has not worked in Hollywood in any official capacity since facing a slew of misconduct allegations in 2021. I used to be a big fan of Joss Whedon. I loved his writing, and of course he created Buffy and Firefly, and I thought he was great. And then it turns out he's a huge freaking creep. And, it sucks. Sucks that he sucks. But I'm glad that the people who don't suck get to continue making something that's awesome. And that we as nerds aren't going to let the person that sucks steal it away from us. So thank you, Hulu and Disney and Fox, I guess, for not letting terrible people still be involved in this franchise. I applaud you. So thank you. All right. If the Hulu pilot does go to series, it would be the third in the franchise following Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which aired on the WB for 5 seasons from 1997 to 2001, before dramatically moving to UPN for 2 more seasons, and its spin-off Angel, which ran on the WB for 5 seasons from 1999 to 2004. Me and Maggie actually just recently rewatched Angel, and I always preferred Buffy over Angel, but Angel's solid, man. Wesley, Fred, Gunn, Lorne, oh my gosh, obviously. Just a solid series. I was very glad that we actually ended up finishing it. And that's season 5. I was telling this to Maggie earlier. If they just said everything post Buffy season 7 was no longer canon, I'd be okay with that. Obviously they did Buffy season 8 in comics. I'm not expecting them to adhere to any of that stuff, obviously. It'd be cool if they did, I guess, but honestly, I'd rather just see them do something that's awesome instead of trying to adhere to a comic book that ran in Dark Horse Comics for, 5 years or whatever. But, including Angel, as much as I love Angel and season 5 was very different, if they decided they want to do something that kind of negates season 5 of Angel, I'm totally open to that. Or if they want to just let that be canon and, give us little hints as to what actually happened after the alley at the end of Angel season 5, that would be totally cool too. Though again, there are people that are gone that I would love to see back, even if it, we have to come up with some random way to make that happen. I'd be totally fine with it, because I just love all of these characters and would love to see all of them return. Okay, I'm going back to the story now. Gellar, who had been opposed to revisiting Buffy as recently as 2023, expressed openness to the idea in a December interview promoting her latest series, Dexter prequel, The Original Sin, on which she is a special guest star. Quote, "It's funny, I always used to say no because it's in its perfect bubble," she said, "but watching Sex and the City, seeing Dexter, and realizing there are ways to do it definitely does get your mind thinking, well, maybe." I love her. She's so great. As to whether a potential Buffy revisit has to be a prequel, she said no. Quote, "It could be anything. It's a universe, and it makes you realize that in this world, we need those heroes. I think more so than ever." Completely agree. Oh my God. We absolutely need Buffy. I can't think of a more important time to have Buffy back on the air. According to sources, negotiations with Gellar for the Buffy reboot had started when she made those comments. Those negotiations are now in their final stages. Well done, Sarah Michelle Gellar. Well done. Can you please do us a favor and say you would be down to revisit Scooby-Doo so we can also get that going as Scooby-Doo 3? Thank you, Sarah Michelle Gellar. I would greatly appreciate that. Thank you. The Zuckerman sisters recently showran the hit Peacock series Poker Face for creator Ryan Johnson, while Zao's third feature Nomadland won 3 Oscars, including Best Picture and Best Director. She also co-wrote and directed Marvel Studios' 2021 movie The Eternals. Now, here's the deal. The Eternals is a very different MCU film. Within the context of the MCU, I'm not certain if it was the right move, and obviously it's got a lot of moving parts and a lot of things that don't necessarily add up, especially now since we're so far removed from it. That being said, well-made movie. That being said, you remove all the things that were forced into it to tie it into the greater MCU, I think it's a well-written movie. I think, balancing all these characters, being able to have them interacting with each other, telling an overarching story without losing focus of the main character, I think this makes her a perfect person to run Buffy, if I'm being completely honest. I know that the Eternals gets a lot of crap, and that's fair. That's fair. But I don't think that the Eternals alone should be looked at as a representation as just to whether or not a Buffy ran series from this director would be good or bad. They're a quality filmmaker, so just keep that in mind. Hey, but speaking of the Scoobies and all those things, just want to throw out that Spike is probably my pick for who I would love to see return. But who do you want to see return? Of course, drop your dream Scoobies return in the comments. because I would love to get an idea of just what everybody else is thinking. So, now, from slaying vampires to dodging dinosaurs, let's dive into everything we know about Jurassic World Rebirth. So, this comes from this comes from Culture Crave over on Blue Sky. The first trailer for Jurassic World Rebirth releases tomorrow, Wednesday, 2/5. Here, I'm just gonna click loop on this real quick so that we just kind of keep watching this video over and over. Of course, there was a tiny, very, very tiny, short, like 7-second video released to coincide with them announcing the release of this trailer. So again, this will release tomorrow, Wednesday, February 5th. Not a special day for any reason. Definitely not my birthday. It is. Here's everything we know about the next chapter in the Jurassic World saga. Universal Pictures is bringing audiences back to the world of dinosaurs with Jurassic World Rebirth, the 4th installment in the Jurassic World series, and the 7th overall in the Jurassic Park franchise. Directed by Gareth friggin' Edwards. Of course, you may know from Godzilla 2014, Monsters, and I mean, just a lot of stuff. He's wonderful. His take on Godzilla, I love it. I love the movie so much. And seeing him get to do a Jurassic Park movie is just, it makes my soul happy. The film promises a fresh take on the beloved series with a new ensemble cast and thrilling new adventures. Set 5 years after the events of Jurassic World Dominion, the world has become largely inhospitable to dinosaurs, forcing them to retreat to remote tropical regions. In this new ecosystem, the story follows covert operative Zora Bennett, played by Scarlett Johansson, who is tasked with working alongside paleontologist Dr. Henry Loomis, played by Jonathan Bailey, and team leader Duncan Kincaid, played by Mahershala Ali, on a top secret mission. The team's goal is to locate the 3 largest dinosaurs within the tropics and acquire their DNA, which holds the key to a groundbreaking medical breakthrough. However, their mission takes a dangerous turn when they cross paths with a shipwrecked civilian family and uncover a terrifying secret hidden on the island. This standalone sequel promises a return to the suspenseful and scientific tone of the original Jurassic Park, blending action, heart, and existential questions about humanity's relationship with nature. The screenplay for Rebirth was written by David Cope, who penned the first 2 films in the franchise, Jurassic Park and The Lost World. Cope worked closely with Steven Spielberg, who returns as executive producer to craft a story that harkens back to the series' roots while exploring new scientific and moral dilemmas. Of course, after Colin Trevorrow, who directed the previous Jurassic World trilogy, chose not to return, Gareth Edwards was brought on board. Edwards, a longtime fan of the original Jurassic Park, described this project as, quote, a dream come true. Jurassic World Rebirth is set to hit theaters on July 2nd, 2025, and fans can expect marketing to ramp up as the release date approaches. This standalone sequel promises to bring back the suspense and wonder we've all been craving, and I can't frigging wait to see what Gareth Edwards has in store for us. Y'all, it's gonna be awesome. I know Jurassic World has been hit or miss. For some people, I actually like the first Jurassic World. I thought the most recent one was better than the one before that. The second Jurassic World wasn't my favorite. Of course, I also don't really care for Jurassic Park 3, if I'm being completely honest. So, yeah, I think let's give it another shot, you know? Does it make sense that, like, we had dinosaurs everywhere, and now we're taking all the dinosaurs back to being only on an island again? No. You know, it's kind of messy, but if it gets us back to a good place for story, if it gets us back to the feel of the original, I'm down. I don't care what it takes. I honestly figured they would have just rebooted it, maybe do one that's a little bit closer to the original book, as a way to, you know, make it kind of darker or whatever. But I'm down for this. You know, why not? Why not give Jurassic Park another go? And, you know, just this teaser alone, it's such a small teaser, but just seeing this tail on this dinosaur, like, I'm just giddy, man. Like, I don't know. I was like 5 when Jurassic Park came out, and I'm just a sucker for this. Like, you put a big old dinosaur in anything, I mean, I'm just enthralled. I'm so down. I can't wait. And of course, right here on Hopefully Awesome, we'll be breaking down the trailer. We'll be doing a live reaction tomorrow. So definitely come back for that. You know, you're going to want to see me lose my freaking mind because it's going to be hopefully awesome. I honestly didn't even mean to do that. But hey, everybody, that's going to wrap it up for today's Movie Mornings. Don't forget to hit that like button. It helps our community grow and keeps us talking about the stories we love. And of course, join us tomorrow for a live breakdown of the Jurassic World Rebirth trailer. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a hopefully awesome day. Goodbye.